Hi, Tony Collins here, and today we're going to be talking about your workstation setup and how to minimize the chance of harm, for example, back pain. If you work in an office environment, no doubt you'll have many people behind a workstation similar to what I've got here and putting in a lot of hours. And it's really important that you know how to inform and check that they're set up properly to reduce the chance of harm to them. And even if you're not an office worker, it's really handy to know this information because you could pass it on to your family or your kids. But back to the workplace. One of the ways to identify if you have got problems occurring is, are there reports? Are people talking to you about the pains that they're experiencing? And, look, if you haven't had those yet, go and ask them first, because I'm assuming you've got some kind of open communication happening. But make sure that you are talking to your staff. Identify if they do have any of these issues. If you don't have any yet, if you're in the business long enough and grow large enough, eventually you will. So what we want to do is put in place a plan to prevent this, so that one, you can prevent the injury, pretty obvious, but two, the fact that you're doing this sort of work demonstrates to your staff or even auditors that you're not only looking at health and safety, you're actually doing health and safety and you're managing it in your work environment. In the 3 chapters on hazard management in the free training available, I talk about how you need to identify a hazard and then work out how you're going to manage it. And of course, that's what we're going to talk about today. How do we identify and manage the harm that could be related to computer work? For example, it is known that harm from working at a computer can be caused by a number of factors, including the way your work is organized, meaning, are you demanding too much output from too few people? How is the work paced? The work environment, including light, noise, thermal comfort. Then there's the posture, the furniture, the computer hardware, and education and training. All of these factors, if not managed, can create 4 potential health issues, including visual discomfort, stress, fatigue, and physical discomfort, pain, or injury. There are links on my blog page which will take you to some very detailed guidelines on how to deal with the bigger issue here. And I recommend that you go and have a look at those guidelines and work out what is relevant to your particular environment. But right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to focus on posture, and in particular, the desk, the chair, and the monitor. Most people have a fixed height desk, so we'll start with the keyboard. The recommendation is to start with a keyboard at about 10 centimeters from the edge of the desk. Now, that doesn't work for me on this desk because I like the support of the desk. And that's all the key to all of this. We're taking some time out to think about your body positions and trying to get everything neutral and comfortable. So that's sort of where we're aiming with this. After the keyboard, then we look at the chair height. And that should be adjusted now to ensure your arms are comfortable. If we make the chair too low, then your arms are sitting up high and poking out sort of like a T-Rex, and you can feel the tension in the shoulders, and there is a chance of pain developing around the knees. And if you're too high, then there's a chance of pain in the hamstrings. If you need to move the chair high for your arms to fit comfortably at the desk, then you may need a footrest. If you have an adjustable desk, then we actually start with the chair. So we move the chair to the height which puts your feet flat and your thighs roughly parallel to the ground or a little higher. Then move the desk height. Once again, too high and you may have pain in the shoulders, too low in the hands or forearms. The next major element is the monitor, which is pretty easy. Roughly, the monitor should be about an arm's length away and your eyes level with the top of the monitor, which puts your neck in a nice neutral position. If you have any yellow pages lying around, they are really handy to serve as a monitor stand. So that's it really, pretty simple. Play around with these basic settings. And if you want more information, there's a link to a free website which allows you to play around, and it's all interactive, and learn a little bit more around your workstation setup. And look, if you're a large organization with a lot of office workers, this is a fantastic way to build this website and the guide into your induction and your health and safety system. And I'd even suggest if you assign this work to a volunteer at work, and they can become your resident workstation setup person. No need to pay for other people to come in. You've got all the information here with the links that I've provided, and you can train up your person in-house, and they're the ones that can go and make sure that your people are set up properly. This is Tony Collins at safetyhub.co.nz.